Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Paul Brown Show. And today I have my guest, Deez Pope. How you doing there, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, I'm a guy come out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
You know what I mean, I did a lot, through the streets in my youth. I did a lot of things. I'm a guy. I got a love for people, a genuine love for people. Went through a lot of struggles.
Okay.
Dealing with the streets, but I was blessed to make it back. You know what I'm saying, and give some hope to a lot of people.
Tell the audience a little bit about that struggle that you had to deal with.
So the struggle, it was, it was like a struggle that a lot of guys go through today or been through, the streets. But I think the biggest struggles were fighting with myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The battle was big, like through me, like understanding me, doing things I said I wouldn't do again and still doing it. And, like prison, coming out the penitentiary, I was facing a life sentence, from the crimes I committed, things I did. So that was, and, God had another plan. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, coming from that lifestyle, what made you want to get into that music? How did that music come into your life?
Well, I always liked the music, like from a kid. So my mom, she raised me in the church. So I was always infatuated with drums, playing drums, and so I took a liking to drums. And I used to be in school, and I used to like rock the school, in pep rallies and basketball games. The whole school would turn up; they go crazy.
Okay. All right.
And I just, eventually I had went back to jail when I was 16 years old, for like some serious charges. And I sat in there for like 13 months, fighting the charges that I was facing. And even through school, guys used to be like, we turn up on the rec yard. We'll have a good time on the rec yard. And, and they was like, man, you hard, man, you hot, And I felt like we had something. I felt like we had a situation. And I created a CD called Wonderwood Brothers for my neighborhood. And it just like kind of exploded and went to a lot of places. People felt it. A lot of people felt the energy of the record. Okay. So I thought that was real big. You know what I mean?
Okay. I know you got into a lot of trouble. Now, what kind of advice would you give the young generation as far as wanting to get into that criminal justice system?
So I would really tell them, like, basically, like, do the crime. If you're gonna commit a crime, do it by yourself, because your friend, like, they're gonna tell it. I'm gonna really say first, don't commit the crime. You know what I mean? Count the costs up. Make sure you count the costs. But life gonna happen.
Correct.
But make sure, like, do it by yourself, because the guys that you love dearly, that I'm a real one, I'm gonna ride with you, I'm gonna do this for you, they ain't gonna be there when you locked up, or you get killed. They're gonna wear your T-shirt. They're gonna have your T-shirt on, like, rest in peace, my homie, whoever you are. But I would just basically tell them, like, like, stay in school, stay focused. And sometimes you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Like, you do want it, because the streets, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun factor out there. I'd be a lie to say it's not fun, but it ain't worth what come with the consequences. And if you do want to do it, if you willing to handle it, that what come with it, then, do that.
Now, I know when we talk about being out there in that street, how did your family deal with that? Because I know that kind of like they have to really see it comes back on them as well.
Yeah.
So how did they have to handle seeing you out there in that street life?
Well, for my mom, I think it was a big hurt. You know what I'm saying? It was a major hurt because she she wanted better. You know what I mean? Like she wanted better than what I had. You know what I mean? Been through. She raised me better. Like she raised me better. So to see me facing a lot of stuff that I faced, it was just like a big. It was like a big hurt. It was like and she loved God. So I don't know if she thought it was a slap in the face from God, which it wasn't, because it was everything that I had to go through. But I was able to make it back from this. You know what I'm saying? And to do what I do today, to give a hope that I get today, you know, I think it made her proud, but it hurt. It hurt her so much. You know what I mean? Like it was a major hurt. You know?
So when what made you change your life of giving away that life of crime to living a better lifestyle?
So I end up catching a sentence in South Carolina prison. You from Charleston?
Yes, sir.
So I was on my way to Atlanta, and I was riding with a lot of a lot of time in the car. It was a lot of time, and the feds, like, so they end up stopping us. So I didn't get a bond. So I couldn't bond out a jail, and I was in Spartanburg, so I couldn't bond out. And like it was a lot of guys in the feds. They was pulling up guys off 95. Everybody that came through South Carolina, pistols, and you're a felon, and you got dope in the car, drugs in the car. Like they was picking you up. So I end up going to jail, and I made the newspaper. They had a newspaper, and all the guys in the jail, they were like, oh, boy, the feds come to get you, because they got to see the charges. They were like, the feds come to get you, man. And I was like, I ain't have a bond, so I couldn't bond that. I was running from Charlotte. I was running from a charge in Charlotte, too. I was running from a violent crime in Charlotte at the time, too. So I had a detainer, so I couldn't come home. So it's something that happened that was like, you got to sit in here. So I ended up sitting in there. I sat in the jail for like 7 months. And it was time for me to go to court, because I was thinking North Carolina was going to come back and pick me up, for the crimes I was facing in North Carolina. So they ended up coming to pick me. They didn't come pick me up. They didn't come pick me up for the crime. So I sat in jail, and I remember calling home, and my brother, he was like, man, you got to put your football jersey on. Boy, they finna give you some numbers. That means you finna do a lot of time.
Correct.
And, even the guys that was in the jail, they were like, man, the feds come to pick you up. Even if they let you out, they're going to come pick you up. So I end up going to court after the 7 months, and the solicitor said, well, if you plead guilty to this charge, we're going to dismiss the pistol case. You know what I mean? We're going to. So I end up pleading guilty to the charge. I pled no contest to the charge. So I end up pleading. And the judge sentenced me to 7 years, nonviolent. And I was like, I'm still thinking the feds coming to get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this still in my head. And I end up going to Kirkland, the processing unit. And I'm like, the feds still come to get me. So, and everybody started talking about this prison called Lee County. And I'm like, well, I ain't got to worry about going there, because my crime, I got nonviolent, off these 7 years that the judge sentenced to. So my charge is nonviolent. So I ain't worrying about going to Lee County. I'm going to a different prison, which I had know how to handle prison, because I came from prison in North Carolina, before that. And so I'm like, I don't got to worry about going there. And I sat in there for like 23 days in R&E, like lockdown. You don't come out the cell. And when they told me, pack your stuff, you going to... you're tying the ship. And I had a red tag on the bag, and the captain said, Lee County. This is the prison don't nobody want to go to.
Correct.
And so I end up getting shipped down there. And the prison, like, it's rough. It's a jungle. It's, it's like no other. It's rough. It's really rough down there. And I end up going to Lee County. And I seen guys that did the same crimes I committed, and they got like 60 years, 50 years. and they 17, they 21. They got they got all this time, and I'm like, God, you spared my life. You gave me. I got these 7 years, so I get to. You got a plan. You know what I'm saying? It's a plan. And then, guys got killed, stabbed up down while I was down there, and I had like a favor, with guys like they just clung to me. You know what I mean? It was a favor around me, and when I left, I just told God like I'm done with it's over. Like you gave me this was my biggest chance to make it right. You know what I'm saying? So and my life just changed. It was just like I don't got nothing else to prove to the streets. Whatever, however I got to struggle, whatever I got to do, God, I trust you. I'm gonna go with the process. I'm gonna put it together, and I'm gonna go with the process.
Now, Deez, how hard was it to give up the friends that you used to hang with? Because I know they want once you got out, they wanted to get back with you.
Yeah. So,
go ahead.
I mean, I left like. My brother Darnell, like he came, like when I came home that time, like he came and got me, and he was like, I was like, bro, listen, I gotta leave Charlotte, cause I came home to nothing. Like I outgrew every pair of clothes I had, shoes. I had been gone, so I came home to nothing, and I was just like, bro, like come, you know what I mean, like come get me. Like he was like, I'm already on my way to Charlotte, so he ended up coming to get me, and. Like he gave me $100. He gave me $100 bill. And he was like, I had prison bobos, prison drawers, shoes, and I was just like, I left Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? I left Charlotte for a couple months, like a year. And I was just like, I had to separate myself because I ain't want it no more. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I was going to come back in. I want to see y'all win. Like my partners, no matter what, I wanted to see y'all win because some of them was doing the same stuff. I've been gone, like, and it's still the same thing. Nobody's elevated to a different level. Some of them had, but some hadn't. They were still on the same, activity.
So, what advice would you give that young group that feels like they got to hang with negative individuals?
I mean, I would always tell them like you're gonna do what a young person do. You know what I'm saying? So we can't you don't knock that. It's always just to know who you are. Like I say, it go back to even so every crime that I ever committed, like the guys that I thought was gonna ride and beat out, these are the guys that was telling, like they were telling on me. I'm gonna ride for him, be there. You my dog. So I mean, my thing would just be like stay in school. You know what I'm saying? Stay in school. Even if you like little girls, like stay in school. Find your, find your way. Play you some sports. If you like to rap, if you like rap music, if you like to rap, you like painting. Get with you somebody old. And I think it's on older guys to get with them too, even to help push their craft out. Like, correct. Let them know that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them genuinely know that you can really, truly. And I'm gonna stand behind you, cause they look up to that. Only thing I think a young guy want to do is feel love. They want the power, but just to feel love, like a genuine love. I ain't no fake. They look up to the dope boys. They got this, and they like the nice cars, but just to genuinely feel love, I think that is like, everything, and
Now you into this music. Describe your music, your style.
So my music it's reality music. It let a person know that, you know what I'm saying, I don't care where you come from. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you did, what you've been through. You know what I mean? Like you can do it. You can change, you can heal. Like you can become it, but you've got to make sure you tell yourself the truth first. You know what I mean? Like I believe in telling yourself the truth first. Like every day, like when I leave you, once I leave you, I gotta go to my car and say, I gotta tell myself the truth. Nate, you did this, you know what I mean? So I believe it's like to tell yourself the truth. And I make music that like you're important. You know what I'm saying? Like I still go on a level to turn up, like today they shooting at the ops. Like the music today, with a youth creating, ain't no disrespect to it because that's the culture, but you don't even want to live no more in your music. Like they don't even want to live when you listen to the music. They don't want to live no more. So they telling you what it is, you know. But I'm gonna give you some, like, my music, it give you hope. You know, like, even if you are committing these crimes, I'm gonna let you know, like, your partner, he ain't gonna really be there. You know this, your girlfriend, you know, she screwing on somebody else, which they know this too. But you gotta know how to count the cost. Like, count the cost to this. You know what I mean? Like, count your cost. So it's like a hope for music. It's hope. It's real life music. It's you know what I mean? It's real, and it's real.
One of the videos we're gonna watch is one called "I Am." Tell the audience, describe that video and what did it mean to you.
Oh man, that was special. I was fighting demons for a long time. Like, I fought demons. Like, yeah, 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 yeah.
Whatsoever man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Walk with me. Walk with me, nigga. Let's go. I'm surprised all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. I am what I say I am. Survived when them people down. Found myself a different out. Inspired when I think about it. Crucified my life, he ain't kill me, it just made me strong. Created me a different hunger. Coming from the jungle when the thunder better have some rumble. Speaking how I'm speaking, I ain't preaching, I can teach you something. Product of the pain, what I gained made me everything. I could've went insane, but I remain like no other man. Count my blessings daily. Streets made me, don't you try to play, still know the ropes. I just get hope, call me Deez Pope. Talking down about me, just gon' fuel me, make me get some more. You know the things I know, then you know I don't stop, I go. Captivated myself, I just do me. Surprise all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. Kurt told me Deez go, let them know. On my life you gotta blow. Streets need that real, you done lit to keep that gutter flow. I seen them come, seen them go. I ain't budge, I kept my post. Stayed on my pivot, I ain't travel, knew I had to scope. Case after case, really fought it like an occupation. Got my second strike, I was menace to the savage life. Denied every right, prosecutors wanted in my life. Stabbed with a sword, my partner stuck me in the span twice. Paralyzed a second, but I knew that I would walk again. Ain't too many men that keep it real and not once pretend. Traumatized within, I keep a smile to keep from going in. Got my second when you know the song, bring the chorus in. I'm surprised all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised all these people when they see. Been fighting these demons for too long, I finally see. I close my eyes and I know that I'm gonna be. All that hating formed against me made me be. Yeah, yeah. You know what I say, yeah. You know what I say, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what I say, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what I say, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am what I say I am. Like a person, whatever a person go through, I fought the same demons. And it was just like, so 18 years old, they killed me. Oh, you're gonna be dead. You're gonna be in prison for the rest of your life. 18 years old. So I get to come back and do everything that I get to do today. You know what I'm saying? Like starting a business, like working, buying property. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no bragful situation. It's a blessing because it ain't about me today. It's about, the plan that's in motion, So I'm going to surprise all the people. And I think I'm doing a good job at it today. You know what I'm saying? So, and God is great.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you look in the mirror, who do you see?
I see I see like a guy that you done something special. You know what I mean? Like you beat the odds. Like you beat the odds, and you stand on the plan. You stand on the purpose. Even sometimes I have setbacks. Sometimes, like I said, I always like to say when I tell a person, "Be honest with you," like I mean that. So when I look in the mirror, I'm always honest when they like you still struggle in this area. It's not perfect for you. You're not perfect. Like you still struggle with this and you still struggle with that. Like it's always to get better. What you gonna do to shape it up? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do to get better? But I see a guy that has been broken, like that's been broken from every situation, that beat the odds, and that genuinely love people. You know what I'm saying? That got a heart like he ain't no I can't make it up. Sometimes my mom be like, "Tay, why you?" I'm like, Mama, I love them. I don't care if you're a prostitute on the street selling your body, junkie. Like, I love you because I know you can do it. I know what you can do. I know you can turn it around. When you come from nothing, you can do something. It ain't about you being rich, but you don't gotta stand in that position. You know what I mean? So, I see a great man.
Now let's be honest. There's some days that you feel like it's 25 hours in a day, and you just want to get it all.
Yeah, yeah. I only sleep for like 4 hours.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to get. You don't even want to sleep. You just want to.
Yeah. I sleep for like 4 hours, even on the weekend. Like even sometimes when I can't sleep and I'm still up trying to,
trying to get it.
I gotta put this together. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta put this together. Like what's next? Like, and I think that's something of God. Like, if a person is religious, I think that's something of God. He always wants us to grow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Get your rest, but like to grow. I think that's. But yeah, I'm always like, what's the next plan?
Sky's the limit.
Man, I don't think it's no limit to it. Man. I don't think it's a limit to it, right?
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
I don't think it's a limit to it. Like you, the author of the book, like an intro. I dropped the Gutter Mind State. The intro, like. You the author of the book. You get to write. Right. Once you get to a certain age, like you get to write the pages to your book. Right. So if I lose today, like if Nathaniel, if I lose, I'm gonna say my real name. So if I lose today, it's on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it can happen. Like even strong people get weak sometimes. But if I give up today, like it's on me. Like whatever I choose to do, if I go back to the streets, commit crimes, hustling. Whatever you know what I mean? Like it's on me. And sometimes I do get discouraged. I do go through, I still deal with the same, things that people deal with. And it's I always just remember my struggle. I remember like they want to give me a life sentence of 30, they want to give me this time of, shootings. He spoke, God, you spared me. You know what I mean? You kept me here for a reason. So
and people think that there's so many different, that you must get that money through the negative ways, but there's so many positive ways of getting that money.
Yes, a million ways to get it.
You know what I'm saying? Is that positive ways?
It's a lot of ways to get it.
And it's positive.
Yeah. They put it in the book. I mean, even for like black guys coming up, like they put it in the book. So like now I get to read some stuff, but they put it in the book. In the streets they put, hustling, killing, robbing, sleeping with different women, and they put this in a book. Like this is in a book. I mean, that is not in the book. They put this in the streets for us to do, but they put wealth and success. They put it in the book because I wouldn't read. Like when I was even doing through prison, I always read like black novels, and nothing wrong with that. I don't take anything from that. But I was still wanting to read your Terry going. I want to read the hustle, like the dope selling, messing with girls, like even through prison. So now I get to like read like books of wealth and stocks and bonds, but they put this in a book so because they knew. I mean, I ain't gonna say they knew, but a lot of us wouldn't pick the book up. I wouldn't pick it up. I wouldn't read this book. I'm gonna learn it this way, but you get to like it's there. You know what I mean? Like it's it's right there. And so like even now, me learning, I get to go back and teach some of my people this because I think they'll receive a lot of it from me too, knowing that he come from this place or no matter where I go from New York to Miami, like they'll know he looked like us. And you know what I mean? Yeah. I believe him. So I think there's a blessing in itself.
Do you have any children?
I do. I do. I have a son, and he's like older. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's a powerful. He's an awesome guy. He's better than I was. His mama did a good job too when I was gone.
So when you see him now, what's your expectation for him?
Well, to talk, be honest, open. Anything that you'll struggle with, like talk, tell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get it. Like, walk upright to go get it, cause you can do. I got more than one kid. I got like kids that I help that I love too. Sure. So like I love them genuinely.
Mentor.
Yeah. So just like you can talk to me about anything. I don't, and I ain't gonna judge. I'm gonna listen to you. I want to hear it, cause we ain't had it. Like I couldn't go tell my mama, I just slept with this girl. You know what I'm saying? What you done did that for? So I think it's always like to listen to them, like let them talk, and then you get to give it back to them. You know what I'm saying? Like just let them talk sometime.
Why is that so important to listen?
Well, cause a person will tell you a lot of stuff. Like and sometimes if you got a thing of understanding, you'll get it too. I think like listening is a key. Like listening, you'll get to understand the person more.
They got a lot inside. They got a lot that they want to get out, and when they start letting it out, they trying to express that. And sometimes when they see somebody that they can trust,
yeah.
When they start expressing, they trust you.
Oh yeah. And it come from a bloodline, like it's. I think it's a generational thing, but yeah, they trying to say something. I think it's to listen to them. You know what I mean, and then, ask them a question. Well, why do you think this is right? Or you know what I'm saying? Why would you go do that? Or give them a scenario to help them. Like don't jump on them. Well, you're just stupid. You just did this. You're angry. Like it's just understand them. Like because everybody was a child once. So anytime I deal with kids, I always go back to a place of me being a child because I'm you. Like I got a record called I Know because I was a kid once. So I always go back to a place and I always look back when I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I always go sit back and remember like, how did I feel in this situation? My mama whooped me, and I got all these whoopings, and I'm suspended, and they down on me. They count me out. I feel insecure. I got whatever. I got bumps on my face. I'm insecure. So how did I feel in this point? And I always get to go back and look at that today, even as a grown man. How do they feel? You know what I mean? So I would say it's always to listen to them, and then I can advise. I'm gonna be able to help you on this situation.
I know we're running short on time. If the audience wanted to get in contact with you or listen to your music, how would they go about doing that?
So I just dropped the Gutter Mind State, and it's on all music platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. It's everywhere on all music platforms, YouTube. And it's a good story. Like it's real. It was therapy for me to put it out. Like it was therapy. It's some explicit stuff in there, but it's real.
Okay.
It's like it was therapy for me to put it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's a awesome body of work. And they can follow me on IG, Instagram, Deez Pope, Facebook, Nate Deez Pope Cassell. They can get it there.
I really appreciate you coming on, and I would love to have you come back.
Oh,
You know, when you get some time, come back, you know what I'm saying, and talk some more to the audience, because I mean, we just really scratch, but there's so much I think that the audience would like to know about you and to learn.
Oh yeah.
Because I think, you know what I'm saying, that knowledge is key. I mean, you're a businessman, you're a hip hop artist, you got so much things going on, and you're successful, sir, and we want to get from that knowledge from you.
Yeah, fact though.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it away.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So thank you for coming on the show, and we look forward for you to come back, you know. Thank you for watching the show, and you be encouraged. Thank you.
Thank you too so much.
Oh, no problem, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
To myself, I'm everything. I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe them. When I was broke, they ain't know me. Yeah, I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe them. When I was broke, they ain't know me. Yeah. Back against the wall, standing tall, don't count me out. Ooh, please don't count me out. Back against the wall, standing tall, don't count me out. Ooh, please don't count me out. I'm standing on it now. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it now. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it now. Posted up the pieces, put them back together. All the time they talk down when they ain't doing better. People like the weather, they gon' change forever. Made myself a boss despite my circumstances. You wouldn't understand my pain if it was handed to you. I meant it when I said it, I'm important to me. All the pain that I've been through just make me work for something. Now I'm worth something. Everything I touch is standing on. I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe them. When I was broke, they ain't know me. Yeah, I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe them. When I was broke, they ain't know me. Yeah. Back against the wall, standing tall, don't count me out. Ooh, please don't count me out. Back against the wall, standing tall, don't count me out. Ooh, please don't count me out. I'm standing on it now. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it now. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. Yeah, the dog. Wanna see me type of nigga where you gotta make an apartment. I've been living, really trying to enjoy it. Even though I'm going through it, I've been standing on it. It's my life, I really own it. I don't know you niggas nothing. Told myself that I'm important. Standing out just like I'm Jordan. Holy blessings, I'm a target. But the ones that disappoint me. Motivation, gave some lot of anticipation. Razor sharp, now I'm engaging. Super hot, bitch, I be blazing. I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe them. When I was broke, they ain't know me. Yeah, I told myself I'm important. Remember people that support me. Now they acting like I owe